Welcome back, everybody. This is your boy Mr. RRS16 coming to you with another World's Frontline 2. Weird, like I'm going to say this, I didn't get Joseph Naya, the broken character. Broken character. Literally, you see the skeleton of the doll from her, but I didn't get her. I'm sad, but we have a new one, Centauresi. So I'm gonna do 7 pulls, then do the story, and we'll continue from there. And that's all. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. Hope you guys all relaxed. And let's get this show on the road. Let's pull. And I may be saying, why are you doing 1 push instead of 1? I didn't play the game a lot because I was waiting for updates. I did want to do like daily logins like that, but if I keep on doing that, I'll forget a few days, and I did forget sometimes one day and then the other day. So we'll start doing like the normal thing. Do two episodes. It's longer than one. And the reason why I'm doing the skip is because I don't like the flash. My eyes are not going to enjoy that. And alright, let me just go from the inside. The first rays of daybreak streams in through the trees that line the pavement, shining into a perfectly ordinary little cafe by the side of the street. A girl dressed like a shop attendant is hard at work. She's cleaning up the planters, making snacks, and changing out the coffee beans. She systematically works through the tasks that have to be completed before the cafe can open for business. Perhaps it's because her neural cloud is occupied by these routine tasks, but she doesn't seem to notice the footsteps approaching her. Springfield circles around to the other side of the counter and watches the look of surprise on the other girl's face with interest. Centauresi and Springfield look up at the same time. This cafe, decorated in a retro style, has a signboard reading Zucchero at its door. The Zucchero Cafe is not only a popular hangout for the local residents, but also a secret cleaning house run by ex-Griffin dolls to help their colleagues obtain information and seek help. After many years, the cafe has gradually put down roots and flourished, and it is entirely due to the efforts of the dolls who run it. Springfield nods to Santorini and smiles. Then Santorini nods. Springfield steps behind a nearby cabinet and quickly dons on a dons an apron before helping the portion out the desserts Santorini has made before placing them into the cold case. Seemingly spotting something of note, Springfield pauses as she tops off the milk in the coffee machine. Then she leans in close and takes a sniff of the grinder hopper. Upon hearing Springfield speak, Santorini's face flushes a faint pink. Santorini turns to the calendar on the counter to a new page with a thoughtful look on her face. Each box on the calendar is filled with entries for events in different styles of handwriting, such as meet with coffee beans supplier, trim the lawn, 100 Zucchero live, and so on. Meanwhile, today's box has only one word on it: reserved. Santorissi doesn't say anything else, turning aside to let Springfield through as though they've rehearsed this movement countless times before. Springfield opens the door to the kitchen and pushes the cake flour on the shelf to one side before moving the syrup on the topmost shelf into another cabinet. After tidying the place up, she moves the cabinet aside, revealing a patch of wall whose colors are brighter on account of not being exposed to the sun as much as its surroundings. Finally, she knocks twice on the wall. The wall section creaks and then it suddenly splits open along a hidden seam, revealing a secret passage just large enough for a single person to pass through. In the darkness, Springfield expertly feels her way along the wall and finds a switch on it. A light comes on and illuminates the interior. A huge display monitor dominates the cramped room and turns on with the lights, displaying several locations being monitored by security cameras. Sorry. Springfield scans the images on the screen, then presses the intercom button below it. Springfield soon receives a message. After she reads it, it automatically deletes itself. Just as she's about to continue, an internal call suddenly comes over her communicator. The other party hangs up and Springfield answers the call. She immediately hears a familiar voice. Springfield looks at the screen. The security camera shows several thugs swaggering down the street. On a building roughly 1 kilometer away from the Zucchero cafe. Macchiato is lying prone behind a set of guardrails on a balcony, concealed by a camouflage cape. After hearing the voice through her communicator, she finally shifts her gaze away from the optical scope for a moment. As she watches the doll in the distance sauntering off with exaggerated dance-like steps, Macchiato grumbles to herself. There is doubt written all over Macchiato's face as she continues studying trickery through her scope. Clearly, she is not convinced by Springfield's words. However, the suspicious individuals each fade from Macchiato's view over the course of the next few minutes. Trickery's voice comes over the transmission. The sounds of flesh being bludgeoned fills the channel. Chokri suddenly cuts into the transmission, striking a pose before proudly declaring her work is done. In the video feed, an arm slowly reaches out from a dumpster behind Chokri. Chokri glances back and delivers a lightning-fast kick that sends the arm back into the dumpster. Although she has an annoyed scowl on her face, Macchiato is already getting to work on her final task. Already getting worked on. First, she opens her terminal and refreshes her data links. Scenes from the camera monitoring the streets around the Zucchero flash through her mind. Macchiato's neural cloud carefully parses and filters every single suspicious individual and sound, as well as windows and vehicles that could be used to spy on them. The 14th check reveals no suspicious conditions. The surroundings, streets are safe. Having reached that conclusion, Macchiato stands up and looks down from the highest ground in the city. As a professional sniper, she knows the layout of the place like the back of her hand. While this is a satellite city in the green zone, she can have a bullet in the opposition's skull within half a second of any threat exposing themselves should the situation call for it. Considering what kind of occasion this day is, she does not want any unexpected interruptions. After verifying the situation, Macchiato disconnects the data cable that's plugged into a floor port before returning her exquisite rifle into the violin case and leaping off the side of the building. "20 minutes later, after Zucchero's door chimes ring for the last time today, the 4 members of the cafe's staff are finally gathered inside the cafe. Macchiato accepts the cup and gets a whiff. The rich scent of roasted caramel wafts into her nose. She takes a sip and her tense nerves promptly relax. Perhaps she's trying to change the subject, or perhaps she really is bothered by something. But Macchiato turns to look outside the window as she annoyedly drums her fingers on the table. The dolls all look outside. Crowds of people mill back and forth on the street, but the person they're all hoping to see hasn't shown up yet. Time ticks by, and as the sun rises, the anticipation in the girl's heart soon becomes worry. Did something happen to him on his way here? They don't want to speculate on the reasons for it. However, their guest has always been a very punctual person. The cafe telephone rings. In the silence, Springfield heads over to the counter and picks it up immediately, as though she's been waiting for it all this time. As she raises it to her ear, she mimes a shushing gesture to the other members of the cafe. However, the voice on the other end of the line is not the voice they have longed for. Springfield immediately turns to put her back to the counter and gives the other three dolls meaningful looks. After some silence, Dandelion hangs up. While she has rehearsed this scenario in her neural cloud countless times, Springfield still wants to ensure that the plan goes off without a hitch. The Venetian blinds slowly close, hedging the sunlight outside the cafe, and the sound of the cafe door closing is drowned out by the clack 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 of rounds being chambered. A place which provides delicious food is time of leisure, and one which protects that which is important in times of danger. That is what the Zucchero is.